Hi everyone, it's me, Darlene. I am here with something so incredibly simple today that I feel like I, probably shouldn't even bother showing you something this simple. And I'm sure I've done it before, probably a couple of times. But I'm going to be doing a very simple stack and whack, where we're going to stack some fabric, whack it, put it back together. And it's going to make 3 different quilt blocks really quick. And it's scrappy, but it is with angles. So yeah, we'll give it a try, right? And the reason I'm doing this is because I sell what I call scrap packs. I cut without a lot of accuracy, and I always try to cut just a little bit bigger than that. So they might be about 8.5 by 10.5-ish. They might be a little bit crooked. Once in a blue moon, I might have a little sliver of selvage showing. I try not to do that. But if I do, I don't have to be like, oh no, yeah, because it's considered a scrap pack. It's a way for you guys to get a lot of different prints without having to buy a whole lot of yardage to get all those prints. And I will show you some of the scrap packs that I currently have in my eBay store. This is August 26, I think, right around there, 2024. So if you're watching this in the future, what I'm showing you today will most likely be gone, but you can always look, or you can make your own cuts. This does not come from one of my scrap packs. I just looked at scrap fabric and I just cut myself 3 pieces. So if you get a scrap pack, I'll just show you one here, and my scrap packs, like I said, they come in different sizes. These are 10 by 8, so make sure you look at that in the descriptions of my eBay stuff. My eBay link is in the description box of this video, or you can go to my website if you can't just find it on eBay. My eBay name is Darlene Michaud, but sometimes it's hard to find if you search by seller. So you can also go to my website, darlenemichaud.com, and look on the left sidebar and you'll see a link to my eBay store. And my scrap packs sometimes have 2 of each print, sometimes just 1. So this one is 1 of each print. And they're all florals. Oh, that's right. I think there's 30 in this one because they're my Felicity prints. And my listings on eBay will show you the pictures of every print. So you do want to go check all that out. I might as well just show you now. Right? Oh, this one has 2 of each. And I think it's called Imagine, this line. And it's all kinds of coolness. Yeah, I like showing you right here. It's a little bit easier. And I'm skipping some probably. Just want to give you an idea. Well, let's see, one more like that. Again, you can see all of them. And this one is, I have 2 cat-ish prints, and I can't remember. One is Positivity. The other one is, I can't remember. And it's not all just cats, and I see there's 2 of each print in this one. You get some nice colors, things like this. I think there is another cat print in here. Some polka dots. Let's get to the cat one, the other one, like that. And I don't know, something about cats in the garden or something. And it looks like you get 2 of each in this one too. And I'm having a hard time. Okay, so there's one of the cat prints. Come on, another one. And then again, you get some things that are just, oh, flowers, that's pretty. Oh yeah, hence garden. Oh, teacups with birds, that's cool. That. Teacups again, but different color. Oh, some more kitty cats. Oh, that's a good one. And then let me show you the batiks. I'm not going to take them all the way out. Oh, I guess, you know what, I'm just going to leave it because it's ready to go. But, gee, and I can't remember. I think maybe 75 different prints. I think no duplicates in this. You will see pictures in the eBay description showing you everything. This is really, really cool. A lot of prints, okay? Since these are not cut with accuracy, I want to let you know that it doesn't mean it's going to be a pain in the ass for you to deal with these things. You don't even have to trim them. But what is good is if you're making a quilt and you want to just have a bunch of 6-inch squares or 8-inch squares or whatever, you can trim these to whatever size you need. But we're going to do something where we don't even have to trim them in advance. I'm just going to stack these one on top of the other. And I on purpose, even for my own sake, like cut them a little bit crooked just to show you we don't have to care. See, this isn't matching up here. Don't have to worry about it. And what we do here, we can trim down to any size. And if there's a lot of leftover, it goes in your crumb box. Just remember, every time you make a cut, you lose a half of an inch in that direction. So it's not like you can just cut this, put it all back together, and it'll be the same size, because it won't. I did some editing, so while I was at my computer, I checked, and this is 70 pieces, and these are the 10 by 8 size. I also have some of the batik 70 prints, but they're 5 by 4, in case you just want those for smaller projects. And I'll just try to flip through a few, but again, just go look at the images. There's no duplicates. 70 different prints here. Now here's the fun part. We're going to make just 2 cuts for this particular block. And that's going to give us 3 pieces, which is why we needed 3 different prints, because we're going to stack, whack, and then we're actually going to swap so that no block is exactly like another block. They will each have, 3 different prints per block. And it doesn't really matter how you cut them, because remember, the finished size of this, and doesn't matter how crooked it is, it's going to be trimmed. So that's the beauty of this. There's no accuracy needed, and you're just going to have fun with it. So these 3 blocks will be similar. If you did another 3 pieces of fabric, you could make different cuts, 2 cuts in a different way. And then those 3 blocks would kind of be the same, but they wouldn't be the same as these 3 blocks. All right, got it? Suddenly I'm afraid to cut anything. Okay, again, you're going to do this any way you want, but if you kind of want to know what I'm doing, just pretend you're standing here. I'm just going to go like this. I'm going to cut this top corner off. And it doesn't really matter. Oh my God, scary. Okay, there we go. Pulling that aside. So there's 1 cut. Got those pieces. And now I'm just going to cut like this. And again, I'm not looking at, sizes or where my line is. Okay. Now this was the final cut, so these are the pieces I'll be joining first, and then this will be added after. I will take you to the sewing machine and show you up close how I'm putting these back together. But first we have to do the swap. This, let's just leave that like that. This, we're going to take 1 piece and put it under. This, we're going to take the top 2 pieces and put it under. So you just put the top one under and then the top 2 under. Now when we sew these all back together, there's going to be 3 different prints on each block. And like I said, we're going to start here. We're making the puzzle. This would not fit here because, see, the puzzle piece isn't fitting. So these 2 are going to be put together. Let's go to the sewing machine with just these guys. So these are the pieces we will be putting together. We will be putting this one on here. So let's just take those 2 off, and then I'm going to show you your choices. Let's just move these down. I'm going to show it to you in your direction. This isn't going to match up perfectly, and that's okay. Now if we wanted, we could slide it this way a little bit, or we could slide it this way a little bit. We could even go wonky a little bit and not worry about it not matching up here. But I'm not going to do that right now. I'd like to experiment with that a little bit more. So we know we want it there. I'm just going to flip it over, and I'm going to kind of just center it there. Not going to worry about it. Don't worry about seam allowances or anything. I'm sewing right here. I'm just going to leave this as is. I'll press them all open at the same time. Now let's bring these back. Same thing. This is going to get flipped onto this one. Let's take that off. Move those down. And same thing. I'm just going to put it there. Doesn't have to be even. I don't care. Now I kind of did a wonky line. Started out a little bit narrow and got wider. That's good, because we like wonky. Got the last one right here. And again, these are just prints that never went with anything else that I was selling. They were fat quarters, so I use them just to play with. Like that. And just sewing right there. And I know some of you might want to say, well, you could do it this way, or you could do it that way, and it'll be more even. And, you know, no, we don't want even. We don't need to try to make this better, because it's perfect as it is. It's perfectly wonky. That's what we want. Okay, I'm going to go press these open. We have 3 pieces now. Now this one is almost lined up, doesn't really need to be trimmed. I'm talking about right here. So that one's good. This one has quite a bit of a step. So I can just put this down. I'm gonna follow this line. And I'm just gonna trim that off. So when we add the other piece, you know, it'll just be a little bit easier. And then this one has just a tiny step. And that's okay. I'm going to trim that little piece off also. Now, this has yellow. This has yellow. So we don't want this corner on those. We want it on this one, because this one doesn't have any yellow. And that's going to go like this, right there, because we want it like this. And it's going to be, you know, not the same size. Don't worry about it. So right there, that will go to the machine with us. This one does not have any pink, so we need the pink here. I'll flip it right here, and we'll be sewing that together. This one doesn't have any of this brownish stuff. And this one, it's a lot longer than that, and that's okay. I'm going to put it here. So let's go sew the 3 of these guys. I'm not going to do that one on camera because I've already moved my stuff over here. So I'm just going to sew here, here, and here on all 3. This is what we have now. We have 3 blocks. Now this one happened to come out, you know, all lined up. Not that that's what we're aiming for, because actually we're not. So there's this one. Now this one has lots of, you know, space not matching up here and here. So that's good. We like that. I'm trying to convince you it's okay. I have people that say things like, all you do is teach people the wrong way to do things. And I say, you bet your fucking ass I am. Because we need to learn how to do things the wrong way and be okay with it. And this one also, it's a little bit even there, not there. So what you would do is, let's say you wanted to make a whole bunch of blocks. You would wait till you get them done, and then you would measure and say, okay, I can get a 6-inch square out of all of these, or whatever. And then you would trim. Now, you can leave these as rectangular, you know, just trim to see. I'd have to measure this for the hell of it. Let me do that. Where's my ruler? Oh, goodness me, it wasn't in its usual spot. A little bit of a heart attack. Okay, so this one is 7.5, 7 3/4. So far, this guy is the smallest, and I'm measuring this way, right? Yeah, 7 3/4. So this one was 7.5. So we would know that we have to probably trim down to 7 1/4. You know, I just like to trim down a little bit, and then you do the same with this way. But let's see if we cut this into 3 squares, because I have an idea. I have an idea of altering where we cut. I think we could do that, right? Okay, so for this one, I'm going to get a lot of this in. So let me, okay, what did I say here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm going to go 7 1/4. This way. So let me do that first. Just going to trim. I don't do much trimming in front of you guys, but I'm going to right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 1/4. I will be able to do that. All right. Trim, and then 7 1/4 here. So now, since we're going for a square, we want 7 1/4 this way. Now, I might screw this up, but that's why. I'm here to screw things up so you don't have to. And again, it won't be a screw up, it'll just be maybe something that I personally don't care for. Maybe you'll love it. And yeah, some might say, oh, but there's some waste. No, not necessarily. Because this is so nice for crumb quilting. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I have a crumb quilt series. I believe it's the Crumb Quilt Adventure. And there is a link in the description of this video. Okay, so here's one square. Look how cool. Look how cool that is. So for this one, we kept as much of this side as we could. Now for this one, I just want to make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and a quarter. Yes, I have enough. If I were to start this way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and a quarter. Let's do that. I'm going to keep most of this part now, and it's going to make it different than that one. But they'll still look similar a little bit, right? I think. Never did this. Never did this way. Okay, all right, so there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and a quarter right here. Now this is so cool for your crumb blocks. Put that in your crumb box because look, it's already starting to be crummy. Oh, see, now we have this. Oh my God, you guys, I think I'm really liking this. How cool. So it's kind of cool that it's rectangular because it gives you a chance to shift things. Did you like my little sway? 7 and a quarter. I always count to make sure. If I'm not on the 7 and a quarter inch line, then I can shift a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh yeah, got it made. Got it made. There you go. And you know, if you would make a mistake and cut something too small, you just go trim the other blocks. You just make them all the same size. Now let's try to center this one more. We had one where we kept most of this. We had one where we kept most of this. Now I'm going to try to center. See, this triangle is much smaller than that triangle. Not too much smaller than this one. These two look, you know, kind of similar. Maybe I could have shifted a little bit more. But I like them. But I'm going to take a picture of these and do just a little tiny slideshow at the end of this video, so just watch that. Go check out the scrap packs. Don't be afraid of those. Doesn't mean they're pure scraps. They're all new fabrics that I cut just in a not accurate way. I just relax and I have fun cutting, but they're all very similar in size. And the prints are fantastic. Just go check them out. Watch this, please subscribe, and I'll be back with more soon. Bye!